100-yard dash. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, the man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, the man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. They slept on the team, now they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets, the coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Here we go. 180! 55! Coming! I'm coming!
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
From the 21, it's second and 10.
Here we go, G. Get off the field. 2, 52.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The secondary, Charles, much maligned during the week. They didn't have their best game in the loss last week, but a nice play there.
Yeah, and I just know what they went through last week. I mean, ever since that time, the pride was hurt. They kept getting reminded of it in the local media, had to watch it on tape, and, you know, the coaches just got after them. They came in ready to play.
21. 55, Mark, 55. Hey, Foxtrot. 55, Mike, 55. Watch the screen. Pass.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 20. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Patriots take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try the left side. McIntosh. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress. Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Leo, get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground. Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball? Absolutely. You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Hard. Shoot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 37-yard line.
Set. 30 base. Mark 4. Y'all not ready. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
2nd and 5. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here? Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better. Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number. Exactly. Or the right play, yeah. That too.
Here we go. I'm coming after you.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going. Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. Flank 80.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The Pats at the line, ready to go. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
To throw on 2nd down. Black finds the open target, Arnold. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
53 is the mic.
On 3rd down, Black. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Patriots, 1st down. 1st and 10.
Let's go. 50, plant.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Cheer.
Snap.
On 1st down, McIntosh. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 50-yard line.
Set. 10 Lobo.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Hey, wahoo.
53.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun. Black. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
The Patriots send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down. A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go.
At the 22-yard line.
Shit. 12. Shit. Hey, alert.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A first down carry for Smith, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180.
Check 55 for Mike. Exit.
From the 38, Garoppolo. That's caught by Howard. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward.
Here we go.
Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
21.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 10. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers.
It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're doing.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaac Yianum in there to pick it. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll run on first down. McIntosh. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
they'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
53 at the mic.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Ricky. Let's go. Here we got Mike.
Shoot.
From the gun, Black. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Dan Arnold, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, boy. Bring it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
First down, Atlanta.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I got you, son.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan. finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Ready?
2nd and 6. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Arnold. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Hey, exit.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. It's coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. He can't hang.
Hey, Alpha.
Get me. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. We don't want this.
50, go.
Operating from the gun. Black. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Let's go.
Go.
53. Mike, 53.
You must be dreaming.
Mike, 53.
Now.
To throw on 3rd down. Black. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at...
Now Garoppolo lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 96. Mike 96.
12, fellas. Here we go.
Hey, 96.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Check. 53. Let's go.
To throw again. Black. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. On third down, McIntosh. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
That's it, baby. We go first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, orbit. 53's the mic. 53.
From the gun, Black. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
That's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 5.
Set. 50. Plant. Hey, echo. Yep.
Here we go. Here we go. 53's the mic. 53's the mic.
Bam.
Check.
Two.
From the gun on third down, Black. And some space here. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go forward.
On first down, McIntosh. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go, set, 10 Lobo.
Target, 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 target. 45.
Ready.
Looking to throw on second down. Black. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Set, ready. 60 or 6-6, pull it high.
Don't get nervous. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Kill, 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 kill.
Hey, high 7. Hit it.
From the gun on third down. Black got his man. That's Harry. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the slaps. Watch the slaps.
And to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
At the 30-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
You ain't got nothing.
Now.
Operating from the gun. Black looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bush. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Check, 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 check.
From the gun on third down. Black. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They'll run on first down. McIntosh. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
General West.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Shift, shift. He's checking.
You're out.
Crash, crash.
Check three. Check three.
They'll keep it on the ground. McIntosh. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 35-yard line.
That's going to be a long day. Rush in. Rush in.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Set up. 18 Gator. 53.
Go, go, go.
Get it.
Back to throw. Black. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21.
That's another Patriots first down.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
You ready?
53 is the mark.
5.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
To throw on second down. Black. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down.
53 is the mark. 53. Check 53. Blue Dan. Blue.
Hey, Haywood.
53 is Mike.
Ready?
From the gun, Black. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. And his kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Here we go.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go.
about set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Back now in Foxborough. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo now. That's complete. It's Collins. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Caught by number 11. A gain of 26 yards. First down, Falcons.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Jonathan Jones there to make the stop.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. But they can't corral him. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hey, box truck.
55.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
21.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A give to Smith out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Here we go. 180.
50 seconds, come on. Check. Check out route.
11. 1, Omaha.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
21. Here we go.
Mike 51. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Smooth. Here I come again.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point up and through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Patriots 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Black. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all those big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field. It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock the outlet away and bring up 2nd down.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. All right, T, let's go.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Black. Over the middle, complete. It's Arnold. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 31-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
X3, 218, chop it. 5.
On first down, McIntosh. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
53, Mike 53. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Black. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Ready up. 3. Hey, exit.
Right. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball.
Get it.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. He's back to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
Alpha.
Mike 53.
Now.
Mike 53. 53. Mike. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. 53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. They can't hang with us.
On 4th down. Black. And this is caught. Touchdown! And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. That's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention. He deserves it. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
Back to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
That's what I'm talking about. Sacks.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Pats, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.